Hello YouTube, Freddie Cardona here. Welcome back to another episode of Patterson After Dark. We are on Crooks Avenue currently, where I do have a route kind of planned for this drive. My plan, and of course I can always change it at any given time. That's why you gotta be paying attention. You never know what I'm gonna do. But for now, I'm gonna take Lakeview. Lakeview Ave. I'm gonna get off here, off of Crooks. I'm gonna take Lakeview. Gonna take that to Vreeland, then to Broadway. Then we're gonna go all the way up Broadway, and we're gonna take that Broadway to probably East 18th Street. And then I'm gonna make a right, and then make a right probably on 5th Ave or 4th Ave, and then get on Route 20 once I get off of there to kind of complete a little circle in this area here. There are going to be a few more Patterson After Dark episodes that I'm going to be filming in the near future. So make sure you're subscribed. Hit the notification button so that you do not miss an episode. You get to see what Patterson looks like at night. Obviously, big cities have bad neighborhoods or not too good neighborhoods. For my safety, I probably won't go to some of those, but I have already, so I guess I should just keep going. I've done some of the neighborhoods that some people will say are bad neighborhoods. All you gotta do is look back on the history of the videos I've uploaded, and you'll see the streets that I've driven on late at night and the neighborhoods thereof. So this is Lakeview. You got the cemetery on the right. I just recently featured Calvary Cemetery. A couple years ago I did Cedar Lawn Cemetery. This is an iconic circle here. Oh no, boss, you gotta wait for me, buddy. You got La Gran Marqueta food fair. That's French for the Grand Market on the left there, and Okanite cables straight ahead. And yes, I have done a video there. You got the bonfire, Mofongo House and Lounge straight ahead. Now this is a difficult intersection. Those of you who've traveled this road right here will know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of cars coming from Route 20 and Route 80 coming around the bend there, little circle, and it's very difficult to get across, but you wouldn't know it because I just got across in 2 seconds. We're hoping to keep this as organic and unedited as possible. Unedited, as we're on East 38th Street right now. Looks like there's a delivery for the bonfire going on right there. I did a complete drive on East 38th Street. So if you're new to the channel, you may want to go to my playlists, where my playlists are. And there's several of them on there. You have Pride in Patterson, Fred Drives, Fred Travels, and a couple other ones. But if you click on the Pride in Patterson playlist, you're going to be able to binge watch all the episodes from the very first episode I uploaded 10 years ago till today. That's right, 2015. As we make a right on 21st Avenue. Or not really make a right, but get stuck in traffic on 21st Avenue. Then we're going to make a left on Vreeland, but we're going to let I was going to let a pedestrian cross, but he decided to wait for me to go first. A lot of pedestrians don't trust drivers, and I do understand that because I do see that as I get onto Vreeland Avenue. I think there's a Jamaican restaurant close by here somewhere. Delicious oxtails. It's got a dog park there on the right. And let's find out what buses run through here. So if you're ever in the area, you know what buses to take. 151 to Patterson, 161 to Patterson, and 744 to Patterson. I think I drove up on the sidewalk just a tad. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's a beautiful evening. Let me lower the window so you can get the organic sounds of Patterson as we drive. It is 33 degrees, so if it gets too cold, I'm gonna raise these suckers up as we just crossed. What did we just cross? 19th Avenue. I did a complete drive on 19th Avenue also. I think every one of these streets that I'm going to drive on today, I've done a complete drive-through. Now, why is the person behind me driving with his high beams on directly into my rear view mirror? So you know how you have to put down your rear view mirror when the sun is shining there so it's darker? I had to do that. I feel like if somebody high beams you when you're driving, you should have the ability to have a mag light and then shine it in their eyes behind you. Why should they have the upper hand with their light? And I do have an O light on me, actually. And if for those of you that are wondering what an O light is, it's a light that's used by law enforcement officers to basically light up the night. I mean, it's the lumens are so high that these flashlights come with a warning. Do not shine them in your eye because it could cause temporary to permanent damage and blindness. So there's that. So I wouldn't shine this light on them, obviously, but a mag light, you know, those dark mag lights that law enforcement officers use, maybe one of those small ones that have the 2 AA batteries in them. It's like super bright. I had to bring down my the rear view mirror to the dark mode as we cross Park Avenue, Patterson, New Jersey, after dark. We're crossing 15th Avenue. Have to be careful when you go around the car on the right like that. You never know if someone's crossing the street in front of the car that you're passing, or if a car on the intersection decides to go through the intersection right before you go around to the right. So I make sure I checked first. Safety is always a priority, but then again, I am human and prone to make mistakes once in a while. I preach safety, but sometimes even I'm careless. All right, we made it to Broadway, so we're gonna start by making a left on Broadway. You got Temple Emmanuel there in front of you. For those of you that know this street, you have Barnard Hospital on this street. Some of you have mentioned in your comments, in the comments there, that you were born in Barnard Hospital. We're not going to edit this at the stoplight or at the red lights to give you the feel that you're here with me. So I hope you guys are buckled up. Making a left on Broadway, also known as Martin Luther King Jr. Way. Put the heater on because I have the windows down and it is cold. There is the Barnard Hospital on the left. It's not a hospital anymore, obviously. It's more like a treatment and rehab center. This is going to be a little trafficy, guys, so I apologize ahead of time. And this is what worries me when I do these unedited videos. You get this lull where there's no talking, there's nothing going on, there's no sounds. But sometimes that's what happens when you drive, right? You're in traffic. And sometimes you can't move. You're just stuck there. So sadly, you're stuck with me. The only bad feature is we can't listen to music because music on the radio will give me a copyright notice and mute the audio. So let's see what buses run through here. Now, these cars are parked at the bus stops, so I can't give you that information yet. I still have a slight cough. Slight. That's more than just a little slight. All right, here we go. Let's see. Can I see that? 171 to Patterson and the 770 to Patterson. That's what you could take here at this bus stop. Excuse me. Where did I say I was going to make a right-hand turn on East 18th Street? I'm going to take Madison Avenue. It's more of a, it's a thoroughfare that goes further down with a few more points of interest like Terramina Pizza, which I did a video there as well. Got the White Castle coming up here on the right. Yum. Wasn't there a Chicken Delight somewhere here on Broadway? Okay, we're gonna make this right-hand turn on Madison with McDonald's on the right. I also hung out around here in my childhood just a few years ago. Not that long ago. Go ahead, buddy. You first. Go ahead. Getting ready to go past 11th Avenue. You got Madison Tires there on the left. What buses run through here? Let's find out. Let's see. See if I can make out. 746 to Ridgewood and the 748 to Patterson. 746 to Ridgewood. Okay. As we're here on the corner of Madison and 11th. Madison! Madison! Okay, that reference is to Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah in Splash. She played a mermaid that Tom Hanks' character fell in love with. Madison! If you saw the movie, let me know. Let me know what you think of it. I thought it was a cute movie. What's that song? Love Came For Me. It's a song that came on at the end there. As we have public school number 21 on the right. Wait, how did that go? La da da. Love came for me. I know I'm not doing that right. I know I'm way off key. If you Google it, you'll know. Google, what's the song at the end of Splash? And then you'll notice that I did it completely horribly. I think it starts one fine day. Something like that. I'm trying to get the melody and I can't. As we go past Super Seatown, as opposed to regular Seatown. That's a Super Seatown. So now we're on the corner of 9th Ave and Madison. On this Patterson After Dark. It's got a Chinese food place right there on the corner. If I remember correctly, my dad, when I was younger, when I was a little bitty kid, would come up East 18th Street. I can't remember if I ever went to this Chinese food place when I was a kid. We're coming up on 8th Avenue now. Yeah, and if you notice, my voice is a little nasally still, as I've been fighting a cold. Now, I know I said I was going to take Route 20, but I decided I think I'm going to make a left on 5th Ave and go up River Street. How's that for a Patterson After Dark tour? Then maybe take River to Straight, and then take Straight Street to Market or 21st Avenue. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Like I said, I did have a plan for today's drive, but I don't know. I think we're gonna probably do Route 20 again on a different episode. We have a church here on the left. We're gonna make a left on 5th. How's that? It's called, oh, there's no sign. I can't read any sign there for the church. Oh wait, here I see something. Iglesia Pentecostal Roca de Salvación. That's French for Pentecostal Church Rock of Salvation. As we're on iconic 5th Avenue. And let's see what comes here. The 704 to Willowbrook. The 704 to Willowbrook. Did I read that right? Yeah. So if you live in this area, what you just heard was my O-Light, the one that I told you about. If I get into a woodsy area, I'll show you the O-Light. It's so bright though that if I just shined it arbitrarily out the window, someone would probably panic. Okay, what are we doing, folks? Drive or get off the highway. As we go past Wells Fargo. What are you doing, buddy? Okay, you're halfway in already. Go ahead, bud. You're already halfway in. See, you have to be nice. That's commandment number 5, the Angela Star commandment. Be nice, be kind, be courteous. All right, we're gonna make a left on River Street. This street, supposedly it's going to get paved here in 2025. As we cross East 13th Street. And yes, I featured East 13th Street on this channel as well. There's a lot of food places. What a place to drive when you're hungry, right? Are you waiting? Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. Go ahead. One more flashing of the high beams. Then you're SOL. Yeah, Metro by T-Mobile. Ow, ow, ooh, ee, ow, ooh, ee. Got a little bumpy bumpage. The residents of River Street will tell you that they are frustrated at how bad the road is here on River. So when I say it's bumpy bumpage, It's just public knowledge. Let's see. Let me speed up a little bit so I can get around this person. Woo-hoo. We did it. Crossing Erie Street. E-R-I-E. I think this video is going a little longer than I really wanted, but I hope you don't mind. There's a bus stop there, but I can't. Oh, you know what? Let me shine the light over there and see if I could. There, see? 704. You just got to see the O-light in action. And let me show you again. Got Mercedes Pharmacy there on the left. So yeah, if you shine this flashlight into the woods, you'll see that it lightens up everything. As we have Patterson's Finest there on the other side, going the other way. Still on River Street. Our Lady of Lourdes Church. Is it pronounced Our Lady of Lourdes in English? Because Lourdes is a Spanish name, right? Lourdes. For those of you that came to this church when you were younger, I knew it as Our Lady of Lourdes. Got Carmen's Pharmacy and Medical Supply, but wouldn't it be Our Lady of Lourdes? It's like if the name Rodriguez, you wouldn't say Rodriguez, right? You would say Rodriguez, not Rodriguez. So if someone is named Lourdes, wouldn't you call them Lourdes? You wouldn't call them Lords, right? Just some weird things that come to my mind when I'm doing a driving video as we go underneath the train tracks here in Bunker Hill. Ooh, ow, ow. Continuing on River. All right, we're about 22 minutes in. These videos are so much fun to make. It's like I don't want to stop. We have an auto parts store there on the right. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to come over this way because I'm going to get on straight. So we're now on Straight Street. Got a mobile gas station there. I didn't get a chance to see the gas prices for you. Up ahead, we have the Golden Mango Supermarket and the White Castle, right on Broadway there, crossing Governor Street. Geez, I'm showing so much. I should save some Patterson for a next episode, right? Don't want to show you the whole city in one video. But save some Patterson for the next episode, Freddie. Come on, man. If I show all of Patterson in this video, you'll never want to tune in again, because you've seen it all in this episode. We're crossing Fair Street right now. Or about to, anyway. I hear some music. I'm going to roll up the windows so that I don't get a copyright strike. Sometimes copyrights, they're not necessary. Sometimes they're not necessarily a strike. But YouTube will mute the video. Or you can have that option when you get that strike. There's White Castle right there. We're going to make a left on Broadway. This is where we started. Sort of. Just on the other side. Ooh, it's hot. This would make a fitting end to the video somewhere on Broadway, right? Maybe if I make on Madison, I'll stop the video there. Because that's where we kind of started, right? On Broadway and Madison, I made a right as I was coming west. Now that I'm coming east, yeah, that's what we'll do. When I get to Madison, the video will be over. And in the meantime, you've got the Patterson Community Health Center there on the left. And I believe the Masonic Temple, we just went past it. We'll let this car make a left turn into this parking lot. There you go. We're crossing Auburn. And American Fried Chicken there on the left. And the library, you got the main library there on the right hand side. Ooh, I envy this car making the left. He's gonna have some delicious fried chicken. And yes, we know deep fried chicken is not the healthiest. Most people like baked. But every now and then, come on, you take a bite of that succulent, moist thigh or chicken breast, and with the crunchy crust as you crunch down on that bad boy. You can't say that's not heaven. And of course, it's not healthy, but once in a while, come on, once in a while, have a couple of pieces of fried chicken. And I mean real fried chicken, not like the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like a place like that, a mom and pop neighborhood fried chicken spot. Once in a while, you can treat yourself. As we cross Carroll. Treat yourself. That reference is from Parks and Rec. If you know the reference, let me know. If you're a Parks and Recreation fan, I do like that show. One tip, if you've not seen it, and if you're a fan of The Office, if you watch that show, everyone's gonna tell you it's kind of like The Office, but what I would suggest is forget about The Office. Look at it as its own TV show. Disregard the first few episodes. The first few episodes, they kind of had Leslie Knope, which is one of the main characters. She was a little bit ditzy in the first couple of episodes. Don't let that sway you. After the first season, you start going into the second season and the third, and then you'll become endeared to the characters, I believe. At least that's what happened to me. The site of Old Cheek's funeral home there on the right, and the Rainbow Motel on the left. Now this Broadway Inn, was that the Rainbow Motel, or was it the building, the next building over? There's another building here, which is the Christian Pentecostal radio station. Was that the Rainbow Motel? I don't remember. Coming up on East 18th Street with St. Paul's on the right. I remember going there as a kid to the youth programs they had. I remember the cookies they used to serve after every meeting. You used to have fun and games and crafts. Ow, ow. Got the KFC here on the left. And there used to be an auto parts store here in the right, where this car just made a right. I remember we used to go to the auto parts store there to get parts for our vehicle. We're going to make a right-hand turn here on Madison. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of this episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for your loyal support, your viewership. I appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next episode.